Hello and welcome to This Month in Marvel for March of 2026. It's been an absolutely packed month of news. It's taken a lot of work to get this episode out, so much so that it's pushed this episode all the way to today, which is our 1-year anniversary of videos on YouTube. So I'll pop up somewhere around here, our very first YouTube video before I got this lovely microphone.
Next up, Brody, the artist of the crew. If there's a detail in the frame, he's already sketched it, shaded it, and probably made it better.
That is quite the introduction. I wasn't expecting that, but I'll take it. Hello, I'm excited for this.
I just remember my microphone was absolutely terrible. I believe they were like old AirPods microphones. But if you want to go and watch that old video and get nostalgic about it, there you go. But like I said, there's a lot of news, so let's just jump straight into it. In our first week, the first episode of Wonder Man launched onto YouTube, hopefully getting some more audience pull to Wonder Man. I think the show performed well, but we can always use more Wonder Man fans, especially because of an announcement that happens later on in this episode. Stay tuned. On the 6th, we got the first public Daredevil Born Again 30-second trailer. I'm unsure if this was the same one that I covered previously months before at, I think it was San Diego Comic-Con was the one that had shown this, but it includes Jessica Jones in there, making it the first official footage release from Marvel Entertainment of Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter playing her, since June 14th, 2019, when the last episode of Jessica Jones Season 2 premiered. So, but I mean, 2019 isn't that long ago. Oh my god. On the 7th, Amber Rose Riva teased a possible return to the MCU by posting a picture of her character, Dina Madani. She was a character in, I want to say all seasons of Daredevil, but I'm unsure if that is correct. But was she in The Punisher? Those shows are a blend because we watch those all at the same time for our podcast, which you can check out here. Whatever episode she was in and we were talking about her, I'll pop up here. Lots of links to episodes, guys. You gotta love the podcast. Why not come back? Everybody's coming back. The more the merrier. That's the MCU we're in today. She also posted a photo with no caption, so kind of seems like a teaser, right? I mean, if anything, I would have to guess it goes into Daredevil Season 3, which started filming in March. Starting off week 2 on the 8th, it was National Women's Day, so Marvel Entertainment uploaded a Women of the MCU video to YouTube, like a compilation kind of thing with lots of clips. Very cool fight scenes, very cool characters. Love to see it. On the 13th, a second Daredevil Season 2 trailer released. 30 seconds long, just like the first one. This is how you market. Less is more if you space it out. Instead of just doing a 2-minute trailer where people are going to skip through, just do a 30-second one. Get the gist of your show. Make it memorable. Get a cool sound design team, whatever you got to do. I mean, I think Maul Shadowlord just marketed in a very similar way. I've seen more Maul Shadowlord stuff than Mandalorian and Grogu stuff, and that movie's coming out next month. And it's kind of the same as this. I've seen more Daredevil Born Again stuff than Spider-Man. I think you really just gotta put stuff out there more. I feel like a lot of these shows come out and people are like, when did this show come out? I didn't even see that this was coming out. When did this happen? Also on the 13th, a prelude to X-Men 97 was announced to be releasing on June 3rd because it would have been impossible to release it on June 97th. But they said that this was a very, not essential, but a must-see, I think, is something along those terms. So if you're a fan of X-Men 97, you're a fan of comics, jump into that, and that'll get you excited for Season 2. And I believe X-Men 97 has a Season 3 announced too. I think it was like Daredevil where they did the double whammy at San Diego Comic-Con with the announcements. So if you're really looking forward to that stuff, I would recommend figuring out what this comic is about. Jumping into week 3, a Daredevil Born Again Season 2 podcast was announced for Marvel Entertainment. They put out a little 30-second teaser. Again, this is how you market. The next day, the 17th, it released. And it was a whole 30-minute-ish first episode about looking back at Daredevil Born Again Season 1, kind of recapping what happened there. From what I saw, Bullseye's actor was the one kind of hosting most of it. So if you want to see what he thought about some of the stuff that happened in that show, and you're kind of looking for a recap, go check that out. Then on that day, the 17th, they announced that the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer would be coming out the next day. They had a really cool scheme for this. They were giving creators and content people online little 4-ish seconds of footage from the trailer for them to release. So it was like a scavenger hunt. Everybody was releasing these 4-second clips And people were like, does this happen first in the trailer? Does this happen after? Like, what is going on? And I think that was, again, constant updates all day of clips of the trailers had people looking up Spider-Man Brand New Day all day. So you had a whole day where people were focused on it instead of like, did I by chance get that video to pop up on my YouTube? Or did I not? Or was I not on YouTube today? Way riskier to just do that and do an upload. Looking at you, Mandalorian and Grogu. But for this, they had people talking about it all day. Very good marketing scheme. And I think it was announced that was happening by Tom Holland. So again, that made a personal connection between the actor and the audience. Very cool marketing from Marvel here. And the next day, the trailer did come out. Back to back with all this stuff going on here. And the trailer was amazing. I mean, it quite literally looked like Amazing Spider-Man. A lot of people were talking about that. But everyone was just listening to the song from the trailer, New York, I Love You, which are bringing me down, by LCD Sound System, of course. But everyone was just loving having Spider-Man back. This is a movie that ever since those set photos, I mean, even its announcement, but really the set photos kicked off a whole new era of excitement. They are so amazing looking. Like, it's like Spider-Man's real. Like, you're seeing photos and videos of Spider-Man actually swinging. They're doing practical swinging, and it is amazing. Looking forward to that movie a lot. Also on the 16th, Avengers Armageddon, a 5-issue comic event, was announced, and it will be releasing in June, and it will issue in a new era of Avengers. Cool, man. Gotta love the comics. That seems sarcastic. I just don't know what it's about, but I'm sure that's really cool. Also, on March 16th, Charlie Cox went on Jimmy Kimmel, and he said he was filming the night before. He said there's a lot of stabbing scenes going on, and he was in a very, what word won't get demonetized, very red appearance, not his suit. Red water, yeah. But anyway, he had a beard when he was on Jimmy Kimmel, so that means we will be getting a bearded Matthew Murdock at some point in Daredevil Born Again Season 3. He also said he wasn't in Spider-Man. We'll have to wait and see, but I mean, sure, buddy. Clearly they're doing go straight from Spider-Man to Season 3 of your show. Like, right? Like, that just makes sense. But it seems very much like a marketing scheme to have that storyline continued from Daredevil Born Again Season 2 and the Punisher thing. Punisher's in Spider-Man. I feel like Daredevil's going to be in Spider-Man. It just makes sense to me. But again, we will have to wait and see. On the 19th, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the people that had a hand in making Solo a Star Wars Story, the greatest movie of all time, exaggerating, but it's a fun movie, said Beyond the Spider-Verse is, quote, on schedule. Sure, buddy. We'll see if that's true. On the 20th, another Daredevil 30-second trailer. Marketing. Let's do it. Also on the 20th, Drew Goddard, again, don't know if I'm saying that right, but he wrote Project Hail Mary's movie script, and he talked about his canceled Sinister Six project, which was supposed to take place after The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't perform well enough to continue that story, and obviously the MCU integration deal is going on, and the Sony hack, which, if you remember, Sony got hacked and leaked tons of concepts and stuff, and they dropped a lot of stuff at that time. But he talked about his Sinister Six movie. He said it was already in prep. Script was written. Crazy to think about, like, an alternate reality where instead of the MCU, one of these other projects kicked off a whole streamline of the cinematic universe for superheroes at Marvel, which I guess they have before, and they have tried to go adjacent with each other with some of the Venom stuff. But it's weird to think about if Sinister Six, like, took off, and there's just tons of spin-offs of that, but didn't happen. Jumping into week 4 already, Wonder Man Season 2 was announced. Show confetti on the screen because hip hip hooray. I absolutely love this show. We had amazing discussions about this. Again, we did not think Wonder Man was going to get a Season 2, but it has happened. And I have a full video discussing what we thought about Season 2 and if we were going to get a Season 2 and all that. That's all in the video right there. Boom, on screen, somewhere around here. Check it out. Also, both of our main actors will be returning. Just want to clarify that. This isn't like a spin-off of a spin-off. Both main actors will be returning to Wonder Man. On the 24th, there we go. The Punisher One Last Kill had a release date announcement of May 12th. So, that's a while from now. So I'm just going to take a nap until then, and then you guys wake me up when it's out.
Takes naps. I don't trust people who take naps. I just found out he doesn't take naps.
The ghost of John Bernthal's past just told me I should never take a nap again. It was a weird bit. I don't know why I wanted to do that. On to the next thing. Also on the 24th, Daredevil Born Again Season 2 released its first episode, and since then, because of this episode's delay, they released, I think, 4 episodes now. Holy smokes, I need to get this video out. But Wyatt is our Daredevil specialist. He's always been, and he will be discussing with me right now on your screen what he thinks of the new season.
Say sort of like off-rip opinion about Born Again Season 2 is through your first 3 episodes, that definitely feels like the case. Like, your first 3 episodes kind of feel like the midway point of a season, which I do think gives a sort of weak start to the show. But from what I've seen from a ton of like reviewers and like the people who got the pre-screenings, the first 3 episodes are the weakest. And what I could definitely say is if those are the weakest episodes of the show's going to be very, very good. And after watching episode 4 about a week ago, I could definitely say that was one of the best episodes of probably Born Again in general. And I would say one of the top episodes in the Daredevil show, counting the Netflix stuff.
Wow, after all these years, Ben Affleck is still playing Daredevil. What a legend. Thank you to Wyatt for having that conversation with me. Had to get both people to show up for this episode. It's a big one. 1-year anniversary. Let's celebrate. I don't have confetti, but one of those 2 things where it's like, that's an elephant. Next thing, on the 25th, it was announced that the Queen in Black comic event will kick off in July, and it stars Hela and Null, and everybody remembers Null is the best part of Venom 3. There's no good parts of that movie. It's terrible. Also on the 25th, Phil Lord said, quote, "You'll see something soon," end quote, referring to Beyond the Spider-Verse. I know that move, man. I've said that to my teacher like 10 days after the assignment was due. You'll see something soon. Yeah, I'm working on it. I have it, but I left it at home. Is the script for this movie even written? I don't know. On to the next thing. Hold on, I keep saying on to the next thing, but there's so much stuff in this month. Also on the 25th, Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer became the first trailer ever to hit 1 billion views. Whoa! This is like I said in the other video. We don't need more Spider-Man fans. I said the other video. This video came out like 7 months ago. But we don't need more Spider-Man fans. There's plenty of Spider-Man fans, but we're welcoming new people at the time. But I said we don't need new Spider-Man fans because there's plenty. But 1 billion's kind of crazy. On the 26th, it was the 1-year anniversary of the Avengers Doomsday production announcement video that they were going into production. There's the video on YouTube with the chairs and all that stuff, which I just found out by coincidence. It popped up on YouTube, and I said, a year ago-ish. Let me see when that's from. 26th of last year, which is why I'm the greatest news channel on YouTube. On the 29th, we got brand new Fantastic Four first steps behind the scenes. We get very cool looks at the black and blue outfits that we barely saw in the movie, right? Because I think it's in the montage. But very cool looking suits, not banned. Oh, because I said BTS to abbreviate behind the scenes, and I was saying not the band BTS from Fortnite. Also on the 31st, Andrew Garfield was asked if he was going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Look at how smug this guy is when he tries to dodge the question.
Absolutely ludicrous
Is it though?
conspiracy theory level attempts at like investigative journalism. You've lost your damn minds.
All jokes aside, I really hope Andrew Garfield is not in this movie, or Tobey Maguire for that matter. I think we really need a character-based focus on Tom Holland. I feel like characters like Daredevil or the Punisher would not take away from Tom Holland's Spider-Man story. I think they are a great emphasis to the New York setting. I think including a different Spider-Man, now that would take away from it, especially since the plot of them being involved in Far From Home was based around them. I want the plot of this movie to not be based around them. Please don't have them in the movie. Sorry, Andrew Garfield. Come back in Secret Wars or something. Tobey Maguire, you can be in Babylon too. I don't know. Alright, well that is going to do it for March of 2026 in terms of Marvel news. Thank you all for watching. Again, 1-year anniversary of the channel. That is amazing. I've been doing this for, I think, half a year at least. I've been doing Marvel news, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the channel. It really means a lot. I love making this goofy. Is it goofy? I don't know what you guys would qualify this as. Am I qualified enough to be goofy? Or am I just Pluto? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been This Month in Marvel. This has been Effortless Entertainment, and I hope you have been entertained. Alright, dude, what's up? Okay, dude, I'll be there in a second. Just give me a break.